Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got here. Do you know how I got here? Do you know how I got here? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So, just want to jump into it. I noticed that these videos are very long-winded. I talk pretty slow, so yes, feel free to turn this up to 2 point something speed, although I think I'm getting faster. But yeah, this video is going to be another part to our Becoming a Git Pro series. Basically, all we're going to do is learn. We're going to learn two things in this video. We're going to learn how to amend commits, and we're going to learn how to rebase commits.
No, in fact, this is going to just be amending commits. Why? Because the screen recording is an hour long by itself, and it's just about amending commits. I don't know how it took me so long to film something so simple, but I managed to do it. I really did. I managed to do it. I'm going to try and edit this and cut it down so it's going to be as short and quick as I intended this video to be. I'm so pissed at myself right now. I apologize. Let's get back into the video. Thank you, blah, blah, blah.
I said this video is going to be short, and I do not feel that. I feel in my bones that this is not going to be a short video. I feel in my bones that's going to take me 5,000 hours to edit this video, and I'm already pissed off at myself for it.
Aha! He's guilty. You knew.
So the thing with amending, let's say like I made a commit in the past, or like my most recent commit, I forgot to add this one little thing, and I just want to tweak it, and I didn't even push those changes up yet. You can just make those changes now, and you can amend that commit, so then all those changes will also be added to to that last commit that you've created, right? I'm going to show you what I mean in this video.
So let's get started.
The whole thing with amending is like, let's say you made these changes, you committed them, you didn't push them up yet, however, you notice that you have like a faux pas, be it in the spelling, or you just have like a tiny little mistake, or you kept in a bit of code that you used just to test out a feature, but like in no way, shape, or form did you actually want this to be included in this commit. So like, let's say, I'll show you right now. Right, so like, let's say I have this. In my README, I have git pros. Right, it's just, I've added the README. I've made this change. Like, let's say you forgot to add something here. Right, so like here we added something, we wanted to amend that, git status, git add to the staging area. We could do git commit. So like if we really know for a fact we do not want to change the commit message, we can do git commit -- amend -- no -- edit. And this will just add this to the previous commit. Boom. And you won't have to worry about one, going into that Vim in that Vim terminal thingy, and two, well, yeah, I guess that's the only thing. And then they're just added into that previous commit, so now it's all here in this git history. If you made another change and you're like, you realize you actually did want to change that previous commit message, maybe it wasn't descriptive enough in terms of like what you were actually doing, or whatever, maybe you read the person's contributing guidelines and you realize that your commit message doesn't line up with their guidelines. Then you can git status, you see git add, git commit, amend, and then here you just like change the message, docs, add, readme. And now git log will show us the message is updated, the message itself, and then also these new changes are now added into that previous commit. So you see what I'm saying with that? Git commit amend, no edit, to keep the previous commit message exactly the same. You can give it the -m flag and then pass it like whatever string you want the new commit message to say, which will override the previous message The message is essentially the title for that commit. Okay, so we've added this to the previous commit. Why do I keep getting clocked in my own videos? This is really trifling. This is going to be one part of the video. I'm going to go into rebasing in the next video, guys, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Okay, so I showed you how to commit. If you want to keep the previous message, you do the --no-edit at the end of the amend. Also, we showed you if you want to change that previous commit message to something else, maybe the commit message wasn't as descriptive as you wanted it to be, or it didn't match up with like someone's contributing guidelines and you're like, I don't know, contributing to their open source code perhaps, then you can git commit amend -m and then give it this message over here, right? But now I'm gonna really get into what happens when you git commit amend. When you git commit amend, right? You see we're in this Vimy terminal kind of thing. Okay. So if you wanted to make any changes to that previous commit message, you can just do git commit --amend. Whether you have a commit in the staging area or not, you will still be able to do this. If you have a change in the staging area, what that'll do is it'll add that to the previous commit that you're trying to amend. And it will amend these new changes with the changes from the previous commit. And there you have it. You can :q or :wq to get out of this page and save the changes that you made. Well, :q will get out of the change, but let's say like, okay, you press I to enter insert mode, and let's say I want to update the message itself, okay?
Any ideas?
If I want to update the message itself, I made this change, and if I hit :q, right, it'll say no write since last change, add bang to override. But if you wanted to keep this, we could :wq, and this will keep the written change to the commit message. So :wq is if you actually change the commit message itself and you're in that like Vim kind of terminal or Nano kind of terminal to actually edit your message. If you actually edit the message itself inside of that like Vimy kind of space, then you have to do :wq to keep the message, the updated message as well as the changes. But no matter what, if you do :q or :wq, the changes that you have made and that were in the staging area when you run that command, my gosh, that took so long. When you run the git commit amend command, if you have any changes in the staging area, they will be amended to the previous commit, regardless of if you use :wq or :q to exit out of that terminal, okay? You can just exit out. You don't even have to press I to insert or change the message. But once you do press I and you change that commit message around, right, you're going to need to press :wq to save the updated commit message. The commit message itself is different from the actual changes in the code. Remember, the commit message itself, like you do git commit -m and in quotes you write a message, right? That is a message, that's a title that you have given your commit message. But the actual commit also holds all the changes that you've logged in within that repository, okay? I feel like I made this more complicated than it needed to be. I'm going to do a quick recap on everything. Okay, so let's say here we are. I'm gonna delete this, and then I'm gonna delete this, and now I'm gonna delete this. And now we have this. So we have changes, git status. What we have learned today is that we can, once we've added something to the staging area, we can git commit --amend --no edit when we do not want to update the commit message, but we want to save the recent change to the previous commit. This is if you're fixing a typo, or if there's some sort of code in there that you just put in there for testing purposes, but you never meant to actually add it to your commit, to any of the history. You can just delete that little line of code. It could even be a debugger that you forgot to remove, or like whatever kind of debugging tool that you forgot to remove. You do git commit amend no edit. So then that change will just be added to the previous commit. You git log, you'll see that only that one commit is left, correct? Yes. Now, if we wanted to update the commit message, maybe our commit message didn't line up with the guidelines of someone else's. We just read their docs, we realized, oh, we totally messed up. Their commits have to follow this structure. So let me change that. You can make a change. You can make a change here. But you don't even need to make a change in order to update your commit message. If you wanted to just update the commit message itself, git commit --amend -m. And what was this previous message? It says docs add readme. Docs readme new update, right? This will just update the previous commit message. So now if we do git log, we will see the updated commit message. Now the commit message looks like this instead of like this. Docs add readme is now docs readme new update. That is what commit amend -m, and then you give it the message. Now, if you made a change to your code and you still want that change to be reflected in the previous commit, and you want to update the commit message, right? So like here, I've just added some new code and git add. Now our change is in the staging area. Now we can git commit amend. Right, so now one thing it did was add all the changes that were in the staging area to the previous commit, and we also updated the commit message. So git log will show us the updated commit message, and this change will be tracked in the previous commit message. Okay, now if we make a change and we add this to the staging area, git commit amend, but does it we forget to update our commit message, or we just forget to put a flag because we forgot if we wanted to actually change the message or not? Remember, the no edit flag is the thing we need to do to just like make this smooth. The commit -m quotes is what we need to just change the message on a one-liner. If you need to do a multi-line commit, you can do git commit --amend. This will take us to that Vim kind of or Nano kind of editor for the commit message itself. Or if you just forget to tack on one of these things, you'll just end up in the same place. Like even if like we made changes and we did git commit and we didn't do -m, we'd also end up in that same place right here, okay? So now that we're here, we have options. If we just press :Q, because we didn't make any changes over here, and because we didn't make any changes over here to the actual message itself, this will save everything and just allow us to quit. Right? It'll do the same thing that git commit amend -- no edit did. It saved the changes to the previous commit, and and then nothing changed. We didn't change the commit message or anything. So let me show you. If I make a change here and I try to do the same thing, right? But if I want to make a change in here, I have to press the I key, and now I can update this. Now I've edited this commit message. If I want to add more lines, here is the body of commit message, and here is the footer of commit message, right? So now I've added all this stuff. I've added this multi-line. I hit the escape key to get back into this, where I can hit :Q to exit. But :Q will get mad, right? Because we've made changes to the commit message itself. So we can no longer just do :Q. I mean, right, we could try and use this bang thing, but a safer way to exit out of here would be :WQ, because W stands for write. So we write quit, okay, out of this line here. So now if we do git log, we will see the header of the previous commit. But if someone were to inspect this, they'll see the whole, they'll be able to see the header, body, and footer of this whole commit, right? Okay, so that is if we, well, yeah, that's just how to use the whole thing. I think we covered amending quite well. The other part of the video will not be, I'm not doing the other part of the video. I'm gonna save rebasing for another video because I cannot believe it took me this long to cover amending. You have no idea. It's 23 minutes into this recording. I have 2 recordings before this, just recording the screen, and I have a recording on the actual camera. And the amount of time it took me to find out that I wasn't using the microphone properly is ridiculous. So yes, send me to jail. I apologize for all this time wasted. At least you learned something new today. Amending your commits is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Next video will be about, so this part 2, part 3 is going to be about rebasing. Part 4 is going to be about checking out previous commits and different things that you can do once you've checked out those previous commits, okay? Thank you very much for viewing. I'm going to head into the actual outro that I've recorded on this camera here now. Thank you, and I will see you. Hey everyone, hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for viewing. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. Keep in mind, there is one more video for becoming a Git Pro, and I hope that you enjoyed. Well, basically at the end of that video, you're gonna have all the tools you literally need to use Git efficiently and effectively. And then if you have any more questions or you run into any more bugs that confuse you, you can easily just Google something, but at least you'll know what's going on underneath that hood of the Gitmobile. Without further ado, I will see you later.